Sharper Point Commentary, presented by Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Exactly 1 month after a fire at the Nikola Motor Corporation facility near 40th Street and Baseline Road destroyed 4 electric semi-tractors, we found out that at least one of those trucks wasn't fully destroyed because yesterday it reignited. As crews worked to put out that fire back in June, a fire of suspicious origin, Phoenix Fire Department Captain Todd Keller told ABC 15 that they use a lot of water. Lots and lots of water to put out electric vehicle fires.
The water is cooling these cells down, so it helps the reignition on these cells. Like I said, it's a ton of energy in a small amount of space. There's multiple ways that you put these out. They can bury them, they can submerge them in sand and water.
But obviously the job wasn't complete. I don't blame the fire department because electric vehicle fires are crazily hard to put out and crazily unpredictable when it comes to reignition. You heard Captain Keller mention burying electric vehicles in sand or water because that at least robs the fire of oxygen. But is that what our greener, cleaner future holds for us? Buried cars? Buried underground? Or even buried in lakes? Doesn't sound very environmentally friendly to me. According to the Phoenix Fire Department, the battery cells in that reignited electric truck were burning at over 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and crews had to pour hundreds of gallons of water per minute to, quote, change the chemical reaction by cooling the battery compartment. After the fire experienced, quote, another thermal runaway and ignition of the battery cells located in the vehicle. Now, according to U.S. insurance data, the risk of fire in electric cars is much lower than in traditional combustion engine cars. However, when electric vehicles do catch fire, they can pose a whole different set of issues to firefighters and a different set of dangers to the general public. The risks for electric car fires include electric shock, very high temperatures, toxic fumes and runoff, lithium burns, and reignition. The U.S. Fire Administration says electric cars can cause 4 types of fires. The 2 most dangerous being the Class C fire, which involves lithium-ion batteries, and Class D fires, which involve magnesium, titanium, aluminum, and lithium. The National Fire Protection Association provides training for firefighters for electric vehicle fires and special guidance to fight fires in electric cars. The NFPA advises water as the best method to put out the fires, but warns that this takes much longer than traditional car fires and that the smoke is toxic. And unlike combustion engine vehicles, the National Fire Protection Association has model-specific safety guidelines for electric cars. The International Fire Chiefs Association says that a large, continuous, and sustainable water supply is needed to fight electric vehicle fires. Doesn't sound very environmentally conscientious, does it? Nor does the concept of so-called zero-emission vehicles in many ways, because the electricity generated to power them, when they aren't on fire, has to be produced somewhere. That somewhere used to be my hometown of Page, Arizona. Okay, it still is in some ways with the hydroelectric dam at Lake Powell, but there used to be the Navajo generating station there. They knocked down its smokestacks a couple of years ago, but I remember in high school, my history teacher walking into class, sitting on his desk and saying, you know, I just heard something very interesting. That brown haze that hangs over Page, I was told that actually comes from L.A., and there's a little hole in the atmosphere right over Page that drops all that brown cloud right down on top of us. No, it didn't.